What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys haven't seen the last video, man, be sure to go back and check it out. We modified the old exhaust system that was on the car, extended it to have it dump more towards the rear instead of where the shifter box was at. Honestly, I drove it yesterday to go grab some food, pump some gas, go to the PO box, and it drives really good, right? Because it's the first time I'm actually driving it other than the block or at the dyno. It drives really good, other than the tires being a little wonky because we have the burners on it, which has no tires, and I was kind of driving in the rain yesterday. But aside from that, dude, the exhaust sounds really good driving, and I'm excited to actually drive it a little further because I'm still debating on taking it to the CRX meet, which usually is about 30-40 minutes from me. So I have not been in the garage for about 2 days now because it has been pouring rain. And if you guys remember, I mentioned the last big thing I need to do with the car is to polish it out entirely. But I didn't want to mess with water while it was raining, plus it was super cold, and I just kind of waited it off. Today, no rain, but very gloomy skies, and I think we're going to have gloomy skies throughout the rest of the week. So I'm not sure if I'm going to polish today the entire car, but I want to polish the engine bay of the H2B CRX and possibly work on getting those runs out in the fresh paint on the wagon's engine bay as well. So I'm going to try to grab some of my stuff, see what all I have to do this job, and just get right to it. Okay, I know somebody had asked me about what hood shocks am I using for this car, and let me tell you guys, I honestly don't know. One of you guys sent it to the PO box, and this was like over 3 years ago, and I don't remember the box, I don't remember the brand, but it was sent to the PO box, and I decided to use it on this car because the hood prop accommodated the thickness of the shock sitting between the fender, right? And I wish I could tell you guys what it is. I don't know what make and model or brand this is, but it works really well. Grab my light flash here real quick. Now this engine bay, of the entire engine bay, it's only this part that's slightly runny. The rest of the engine bay looks really good. Now you guys probably can't even see it. Wipe all the water off here, but I don't know if you guys can see, it has like a light run. I don't know if you guys can see that line going across right there. Yeah, it has a very light run, and I want to polish this engine bay. And oh dang, it's actually all the way over here too. Let me see if you guys can see that right there. You see a little drip? There's like 3 little drips right there. So this 3 and that line right there, I want to sand down and polish out. Now if you guys don't remember, I painted the engine bay of my wagon. It's been sitting here drying for the longest time, and dude, it looks so good. So on the wagon, there's a run right there that's easy to sand off. On this side, there's a run right there, easy to sand off. Easy because it's a flat surface. And all the other ones, like this one right here, these little drips right here, I'm not too worried about it because the turbo and stuff sits here. You're really not going to see it, and honestly, for me, it does not bother me at all, so I can care less about it. But these guys is what you're going to see when everything goes back into the bay, so I want to take care of these guys as well too. Now I do. Who the hell just mailed at me? Who the heck are you? What's up? Meow. Anyways, now I don't have like the fancy stuff like the Trizac stuff, or you know, I don't even know what grits I have, to be honest with you. But as far as cutting the clear coat down, the runs, I'm gonna use the good old razor trick right here, and this is some of the stuff I'm gonna be using today. 3M. This is the stage 1 and stage 3. I do have stage 2. If I need it, I'll use it. If I don't, then 1 and 3 for the final. This is the tool that I got off of Amazon, 130 bucks. And this right here is gonna fit between the motor. Buddy, look at him. You guys see him? Yeah, that's not my cat. But anyways, this right here is gonna fit in between the tower and the motor mount. Is the reason why I bought it. You can see it can fit right in there, and if the pad is thick, I'll slice it a little bit. Not a big deal, but it does come with an assortment. I've always used for stage 1, I've always used I always try to keep it white on white, so white pad, but this is wool, and then blue with blue, but this is also this is wool, this is microfiber. But I've cut with I believe on the stage 1 I've used orange. I could be wrong, it's a little more brittle, and then these are more softer, the reds and the the yellow. I might use the red or the yellow on the blue, but I'm gonna use this to polish out the bay after I sand it all down. So right now I'm gonna go ahead and chop down that clear coat. I'm gonna work on this one first. Got this one off, and there's the second one. Now it's kind of hard to see with the light facing right there, so I'm trying to find different angles. I think that right there, that shows a lot of the clear coat run, but I can't get the flashlight to sit. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see it, but all that. So I'm just gonna tape it up, because knowing me, I might end up scratching more than I want. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tape up the areas I don't want to be affected. You can tape up the razor as well too. All I'm gonna do is scrape lightly. I'm gonna do it at an angle, and by all means, I'm not a professional. I just watch a lot of YouTube. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but we are chopping away at the clear coat. Check it out. Oh yeah, that's definitely getting flatter and flatter. It might be a little hard for you guys to see, but all the runs are gone. Now the only one that I see left is this little tiny nipple right here at the corner. I don't know if you guys can see it. A little tiny nipple right there. The reason why I'm not sanding that is because I really can't fit the tool all the way down there. So as far as I've gone is up to about right here, and all the runs that was there all chopped. And before I hit it with the sandpaper, I'm gonna go to my wagon's engine bay and hit that with the razor blade as well too, so that way when I get the sandpaper, I can just move to here, sandpaper there, next grid up, so on and so forth. So wagon, this one's not too bad. It's about 1.5 inches of runs. Okay, this is much easier to see than a white base coat. Oh, I like that. Smooth. On the driver's side here, 1, 2, this one's pretty easy, and then we got 3, 4, and some minor ones right there. The CRX tower and the wagon's tower has been flattened out with the razor blade, and now I'm going to hit it with 1200. I was going to do 1000, but I don't have any 1000, so 1200 is the next size up, and we're probably going to work this up all the way until, I don't know if I want to go to 3000, maybe 2000. I got to dig around to see if I even have 2000, but 1200 first. I'm going to do this wet. There we go. I'm not going to put any pressure on this because I don't want it to be too flat and too shinier than the engine bay. Too shinier than the engine bay. I don't think that even makes sense, but no pressure. I'm literally just sanding this, filling it out, sanding it, filling it out. And then if I feel like it's good, we'll move on to the next grit. checking for the consistency, make sure I sanded the areas that I wanted to hit, and it looks pretty flat. Now I didn't go all the way down to the bottom because it's a weird curve and I don't want to like take out paint in the areas I don't want to, but it looks good. I'm going to move up to the next size. I did find 2 sheets of 1500, so I'm going to use this. I found a sheet of 2000 grit. I'm probably going to leave it at 2000 as the final, because again, I don't want it to be super duper trooper smooth. I'm trying to follow this line right here. I don't know if you guys can see that line. That's when it starts to curve on the tower. And I'm not trying to sand this side of it. I'm just trying to sand that line down. So it's kind of like a blend line. You know what I mean? Don't listen to me though, because I don't know what I'm talking about. Before I start polishing this, I want to show you guys after all the sanding, the surface is dull. Like there's no reflection whatsoever. It's kind of hard to see because white surface, and it is super dark out right now, but it's very dull, and we're gonna polish this out right now. I'm a little worried about like this corner because with the foam attached to the tool, it's like really tight right here, and I do need to get like right here as well because I did kind of sand it out a little bit. I do dampen the foam a little bit just to make it a little softer. I'm gonna put it on low speed just to spread the compound. 3M 360/60. This is what I'm using. This is what I used originally to polish this entire car when I first painted it. Just gonna put a couple dabs on here because it is a small pad. I'm gonna go ahead and smear it around. We're going from this corner all the way to the end tower right there, top to bottom, maybe a little bit right here as well too, just to kind of blend it. It's really hard to get down to the bottom because the bolt for the motor mount is pretty long. It's like protruding through. Now everybody does this differently. I ran it on speed 1, and now that I've spread it through, I'm just gonna hit it with like, I don't want to go crazy fast. Probably I'm gonna try it on 4, and I'm gonna run it a little slower to really cut into the sanded spots. I mean, that might sound a little fast, but let's try it. Wipe it down, clean microfiber, check it. If need to be, I'm gonna go over it again. Oh man, I can already tell you the shine. Ooh, you guys can't see it, but definitely will show you guys the after. But from where I'm standing, that is a gloss finish. Ooh, it feels really smooth. Smell like butter. I'm gonna hit this one more time. Dang, guys, I don't know if you can see the reflection. You can't really see the reflection, but right there, you can kind of see it right there. Look at that, dude. That looks fire. And I don't see any of the drips that was here before, so I'm stoked about that. I just did 2 passes on this. Again, speed 1 for spreading, speed 4 for really like chopping the sand. But that is looking really good. I promise you guys, in person, this is so much clearer. Let me see if I can try to dim the light away a little bit here. Can you guys see that? Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the wagon. On the wagon, you can clearly see the dullness. You can't even see my reflection on my finger at all. Like, nada, right? So if you look over here, you can see my reflection, right? So I'm about to hit this right now. It's really hard to get to this bottom corner right here. And dude, oh my freaking goodness, this thing looks freaking clear as crystal. I'm gonna hit this one more time because I can see some areas that I didn't polish over. So I wanna blend all that out right there. Let's see if you guys can see this reflection a lot better. There it is. The clarity of my chubby fingers can be seen on the towers all the way across. I am super stoked. I am super stoked. Look at this. Woo. Yes, sir. Okay, so I got one more side to hit, and then we're gonna switch the pads and give it that final stage 3. Let's go ahead and knock that one out. Dude, this side looks so freaking good. But I somehow nicked that right there. I don't know if you guys can see that. I nicked it a little bit, but it's okay because the grommet we took off on the CRX is the same one that we used right here. And I don't remember if I have it for the wagon, if I took it off, but if I don't, probably have to keep an eye out in the junkyard and get some grommets to kind of put back in there, and it should cover up that little nick. But dude, it's so hard for you guys to see. Let me see if I can try to get the light over here, get some shadow going on. Oh, look at that mirror finished. Now you guys can see the run right here because I didn't want to sand onto this edge and take off material, so I left it alone. But everywhere else that was kind of dripping all the way over here, dude, that giant drip we had right here, that's all gone. I am super stoked. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one more time, and then we're gonna switch the pad. So I have the red pad on based off what the interweb says. I put in Google car detail pad color chart: yellow heavy cutting pad, orange medium heavy cutting pad, which is what we used, right? The orange pad right here. And going down the list: green, white, blue, black, red. Red says ultra fine finishing pad, because I don't have black, nor do I have blue in foam. I do have blue in like the microfiber wool-ish. I don't have any white, but red is what I have, and I'm gonna use red with the blue compound, which is ultra fine machine polish. So this guy, let's rock and roll. before I wrap it up for tonight, I'm gonna give you guys one more look on the shock towers after the final polishing job. Can you guys see that reflection? Check out the LED and the reflection right there. Dude, it looks so freaking good. Let me show you guys the wagon one more time without the light. Can you guys see that reflection? Yep, that is gloss and all the LEDs on this side. All that reflection right there. Oh, that's a good angle right there. Yeah, I am super stoked. I am super stoked. I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion on this Amazon mini polisher. This is the brand that I'm using. There's a bunch of them on Amazon, but this was like Amazon's choice. So I grabbed this one. It was like 130 bucks. It comes with a case. It comes with 3 backing pad. This is like the 2-inch. They have a 1.5, a 1-inch that is in the case. It comes with an assortment of pads itself. So that's pretty cool. Probably gonna order more of that, or even just order one of the big ones and just cut a bunch of small ones out of it, because that's the trick if you guys didn't know. But it worked really well, and I like the compact of the head. Obviously I was able to get in between the tower and the motor mount tabs, and it also comes with like this dual action like anvil or whatever you want to call this, and then it comes with a regular straight like orbital one, right? I use this one because dual action, cuts faster, and it works really good, and I feel like this is gonna last me a long time as long as I take care of it, right? But the one thing I do not like about it, is the battery. Like it is really freaking hard to pull off of this. Like I can't even press these tabs in, and the way I took it off last time was using a flathead. You kind of just pry one side right up, or you got to like hold it up like that, and then you hit the other side, same thing, and then it comes off. But aside from that, not a big deal. Literally, it comes with 2 batteries, and it actually lasts a cool minute too. So you guys saw we did both the CRX and the wagon 3 towers, and this thing still has 100% battery on it. Look at this. I'm gonna turn off the light real quick. Dude, it's still freaking fully charged. So 2 batteries, which is good, and I probably would recommend this to somebody that needs a small mini polisher like this. I don't know why I didn't buy this sooner, because this thing comes in clutch, most definitely. So what I need to do is like create an Amazon affiliate link, so that way all the stuff you guys see in the videos, I can link them in the description below. But I don't know, maybe I'm just slacking on it. But anyways, as far as this video goes, I finally took care of that tower on the H2B CRX. Every time I pop the hood, I see the run on the driver's side, and you know, I've been trying to tell myself to like take care of it, but I'm glad I waited, because I would have like either done it by hand, which would have been a good detailed job. I probably would have tried to fit the big machine in it, and finally just bit the bullet and bought this mini polisher to make the job much easier. The runs that's on the driver's side tower, finally gone. While we're at it, because we just freshly painted the wagon's engine bay and created a ton of runs, because I shot it in a really cold weather late night. So I figured let's just knock 3 birds with 1 stone. Both towers on the wagon, 1 tower on the CRX, and I'm very happy that we finally got those out of the way. I'm still waiting for clear days to do the final polish on the CRX one last time. The weather shows that we still have like overcast this entire week, but it doesn't show that we have any sort of rain. So maybe one of these days we'll just knock it out really quickly. I also need to go through my cabinet to make sure I have material to do the job. The big buffing machine, got to make sure I got pads. I want to do clay bar, so I got to make sure I got clay bar and things like that. But hopefully we can knock it out soon so we can move on to the next thing. As far as this video goes, we're going to wrap it up right here. Just wanted to come out and make some progress on the car despite the weather, and we did just that. So if you guys enjoyed today's progress on both the CRX and the wagon, be sure to leave a thumbs up. And if you guys want to stick around for more progress update on both of those cars, be sure to hit the subscribe button. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.